and welcome to episode 36 of the Wrong End of the Stick podcast with me, Zach Eaton, and Jonathan Nimmo. Today,
Hello.
We're feeling, well, you can't see him, but Jonathan's rocking the festive look today.
I have a very festive jumper on.
Loving the Friends reference to the festive armadillo.
I've got the holiday armadillo on.
Holiday armadillo
on my chest. We're about to go out for a Christmas lunch.
Yes.
By the time this episode goes out, we will have had our Christmas lunch, because
Yes.
there's no way I'm editing this before we go. But yeah, you're also wearing some of your own shiners, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah, I'm sporting a very colourful Galaxy black eye, and
I feel like we should put like photos of your injuries on Twitter.
yeah, just to see,
just to advertise to the world quite
how staff night outs can go wrong. When staff night outs go wrong.
So yeah, what happened?
You
can't remember.
It's a bit fuzzy. There was alcohol and concrete involved, and gravity, and all
Gravity.
of those things.
Important concept in cricket, I feel.
Yes. Respect it.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And partly because I was on holiday, the audacity to go on holiday, it's terrible.
Spend the most time in Vienna, honestly.
And then you've been hobbling everywhere, so it's taken you
everywhere.
hours to get to do anything. So
Yeah.
it's taken us a while, but we're recording finally.
Yep, we're here.
And it's possibly the least prepared we've ever been for an episode, barring that episode 4 debacle that everyone I should really just delete, because that was.
I think
awful.
for me it's about the same.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Your preparation for the pod is always significantly less than mine. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, okay. So I'm less prepared than normal. So I think I don't really know. We don't really have a running order. We're going to talk a bit about England, New Zealand.
Yep.
And all the stuff that happened there, and then possibly a bit about, I don't know, other stuff. We'll come up with some stuff. We've got a Whyssaat.
We've got a Whyssaat, and there's also an idea, isn't there?
There's an idea of something that you want to do, and to be honest, I want to do, but your idea. So I'm going to let you explain it. So we'll get to that in a little bit. And that's probably about it, really.
That's probably it. I don't think we have too much of a topic. I think those of you that are as into cricket we are, or more or less. It's Christmas time, there's shopping. My garage currently looks like an Amazon box warehouse with all the empty Amazon stuff coming in. So,
Have you been shopping for Christmas, cricket-related items?
No, not yet. There is a few nice bits and pieces that I want to get. I actually want to get some Solbury gear. Nice. I've got the link ready for next year.
Yes.
Because you can get one of the nice the things that you put over the polo shirts, the vests.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. So I'm probably going to treat myself to that for December.
Very nice.
How about you?
No, I don't think about Christmas shopping until like Christmas Eve. So
no cricket stuff for yourself?
Cricket stuff, I don't know. My parents started asking me what I want. I was like, well, I'm sure I can think of something cricket related. So I need to think about exactly what that is going to be, though. I've got most of the basics now, so it's quite good that it takes a while. And instead of just trying to think what you
need the next thing for your cricket. You've got the thigh pads.
Yeah,
you've got the arm pad.
No, I'm tempted by an arm guard, and to be honest, I'm tempted by like the chest guards
that
you can get, because
I was just about to say
some of when we're in the nets and like Phil is bowling. When he's like bowling bounces, that starts to with a new ball. That starts to feel a little uncomfortable, and I feel like I just want something to To be honest, I still want that suit of armour we've talked about many times. I want to get as close to that as I can. Hey, right. So, shall we talk about England, New Zealand first off? So, England, New Zealand. We talked about the 2020 matches that we had, but there have been 2 Test matches. So, Chris Silverwood's first 2 Test matches in charge. It wasn't the best of series for England. Mm-hmm. Overall, we lost the first Test and drew the second, so we lost the series 1-0. To be honest, although it was Chris Silverwood's first series in charge, he was only there for the first match. He had a family bereavement and had to leave, so went home and wasn't there for the second match. So, but there was highs and there was highs and lows for England. There's still definite issues there. If you look at the first Test, we really struggled. New Zealand put 615 on the board, and we just didn't get anywhere near that. we got 353 in the first innings, 197 in the second innings, and that was all she wrote, really. So
what I'm pleased about is Root found some form, didn't he?
Root did find some form in the second test.
I'm really pleased for him. I was so happy when I heard that. It was actually my mum that told me about it last week. Yeah.
Your mum was telling you about it.
Yeah. She's like, oh, he got was it over a century?
He got double century. He got 226, I think, and I'm just going to double check that because
there's the Root we know and love, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's it, and that's what he's been needing for a long while is to go. 226 he got.
Beautiful.
And from what sort of the reports you hear of sort of journalists who were out there, apparently he just looked like his old self. It was that happy-go-lucky, that element that you didn't have. And is that a concern that he found that when Chris Silverwood wasn't there? I don't know. Is that, I don't know. Is that just that, your boss is away, you're just going to go out and have a bit of fun and be able to relax a bit more?
But that's very interesting.
Maybe, I don't know. That's pure speculation, but that's...
Because he's still captain, so nothing has changed there. I was kind of like, maybe it's too much, but maybe it's something,
Maybe there's something around that. And I think Ollie Pope deserves a mention. He got 75 in that second game. When England got 476, first time we scored over 400 for a long time. But he also did pretty well in the first series and the first game as well. Looked, he didn't make a huge amount of runs, but he just looked as if he's quite talented. He's definitely a talented batsman. The fact that England had some injury issues, so Butler got injured, so couldn't keep in the second test. He was keeper in the first test, but couldn't keep in the second one. So they put Ollie Pope in as keeper. He's never kept wicket before in a first-class match before in his life.
You're joking.
That seemed a bit mental. So the fact that they didn't take Ben Foakes on that tour, who was somebody that I've been saying should be in the team for a while, or at least be given a chance for a while, seemed a bit crazy. But Ollie Pope definitely seems to be somebody that's got massive potential. So hopefully, stop giving him the gloves, and he'll be doing something
doing better,
in future. There was also, and I'm going to point this out, and you're going to just hate me for this, but in the second series, and you know the name I'm going to mention now, don't you?
If you pick on Denley...
I am going to pick on Denley, but there's such a good reason for me picking on Denley, and I'm not going to pick on his batting, because actually his batting in the first innings, he got 74 in the first game, so, I'm not going to 35, and, in terms of run scorers, he's actually did relatively well for, he did okay. But the thing I'm going to pick him as for is that it was possibly the worst catch you will ever wish to see. He dropped the most dolly of dollies. It was just, and Jofra Archer was literally running off celebrating because he just thought there's no way so anyone could drop that catch. You could have caught that.
Oh no!
And he just shelled it, and it's just, it didn't change the outcome of the game. The game wasn't ever going to be any different, but it was just painful to watch. I'll find you a video of it and we'll show you it. But it was an absolute painful to watch. So that's the only shout out I'm giving to Joe Denley, and I do feel really bad. It's bordering on bullying now with this. Leave
Denley alone.
But he didn't do terribly. So that's all I'm going to say. Really.
Yeah, it's good to see the guys from the Ashes pick up a bit of form. I know that the series resulted in a loss, but it's nice to see Denley still picking up form. It's nice to see Root back playing a bit more kind of comfortably, and like you say, the old happy-go-lucky Root that we've seen before. It's good to see kind of Archer still having that kind of threatening sort of stuff. So
But yes, we're gonna do a live reaction here. I'm gonna play this for you, and you're just gonna have a watch of that. It's not the best camera angle of it, but you'll see the replay of it. But so Archer heading hands. To be honest, Archer's quite happy-go-lucky. He has a laugh about it, but it's just flicked up nicely to him, straight to him.
No!
He just doesn't get his hands underneath it at all. It's just... he doesn't even have to move his feet, and it comes straight to him, midriff height. It's not quick, and it's just like... it's just... bless him. It's a bit of a painful one. So, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, series overall. Owen Morgan getting some runs, which was good to see. David Milan in the runs again, which was good to see. Oh no, hang on, I'm looking at the T20 ones. What am I talking about? So there's some players that were getting some runs in, which is good to see. We just struggled to take wickets. The pitches were very flat and slow, and and one thing that I do think we need to talk about is the fact that these games happen in the middle of the night. They start at 10 o'clock. What a dangerous time for a game of cricket to start. Because you just think, I'll watch an hour before I go to bed. And then before you know, it's 3 a.m. and you're like, oh my God, I've got to get up for work in a couple of hours. This is not good. So dangerous times. So No,
I've had a few people across the road who have been keeping kind of tabs on it, and they're looking very tired after.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
A long day at work and then having to tune in for the cricket. But
yeah. So that was the England series. So it didn't count towards the World Test Championship, which is good news after all, because we are not. We lost the series, so that would have been quite a lot of points that New Zealand would have got actually. So
when are we in South Africa? Because that one will, won't it?
That one will count for that. So we start in South Africa soon, actually. So I think it is January. I think. Oh no, it starts Boxing Day. First test is Boxing Day.
Oh, blimey!
So the guys must be heading over there pretty soon to try and get a few warm-up games in, or at least I hope they are. So Boxing Day at Centurion.
Going to be interested to see how that one unfolds, because I always think South Africa haven't really found their form for a little while, haven't they? They've been a bit not out of touch. They've got strong players, but
they've got strong players, and they're at home, which is always helpful, as we've seen in New Zealand. Any team at home is a challenge. But we've said before, South Africa had a little bit of transition. Some of their real top quality players are going, and the younger players aren't quite there yet, but they've still got people like Rabada. It's always going to be a challenge to face in South Africa. So
they do have excellent players, and I think both teams are. I think South Africa has got a lot of potential, and I think they've been out of form for a while. So I think there is going to be a lot of hunger there. Home crowd.
Yep.
England coming off of the loss of New Zealand. Is there going to be enough kind of fight and hunger there? And I hope so.
The thing for South Africa, because South Africa's first games in the Test Championship were all against India. They lost all 3, so they're bottom of the Test Championship on 0 points right now.
Yeah.
England are 5th, having played 5 games and only got 56 points. And then obviously India leading the way at 360, and Australia are narrowly behind. It looks as if it's going to be those two, but obviously a long way to go. But England need to get some wins on the board.
Who's third?
New Zealand. New Zealand played 2 matches, won 1, lost 1, so they've got 60 points. And same with Sri Lanka. That was the same series, I think. So it'll be an interesting one to see what happens, but obviously a long way to go. I do think there's something they've talked about doing with the point system, is that maybe that should be that away teams get more points for winning than home teams do, which I think should happen, because you so often see Test series are dominated by the team that's at home because they get to pick how the pitches are prepared and they're used to the conditions and all the rest of it. Potential that away teams should get a few more points than home teams. I don't know. They're not doing it this time around, but it'll be interesting to see if they do it in future.
It's interesting. I suppose cricket is. It's not for Test matches. It's not like a 90 game of football where if it's a bit hotter or it's a bit colder, you can kind of prepare for that. But where you've got stuff like pitch and
it's like going into India where the pitches always are good for spinners, whereas in England they're not. So we don't have the spinners that they do because we just don't get the practice for it. So it's interesting.
It is, but I don't think you would need to do that if everyone's having an equal turn in all of those different environments. Then it shouldn't really matter that much, should it?
No, it's true. It's true.
And maybe a place like New Zealand and England, perhaps the pitches are similar in some ways. Would you be giving more points to? I don't know.
Yeah, it's something to think about. But hey, there we are. Right, so that's all we've got at the moment. There's plenty of other stuff going on. David Warner back